Rebeccah, straight at it. How do we disarm Hamas?
Well, I think, first of all, I think we should take President Trump's threats incredibly seriously. It reminds me, Stuart, whenever he said that Iran either had to get rid of its nuclear weapons or it would be done for them. And then, of course, the United States conducted Operation Midnight Hammer. So there are some U.S. troops in the region. Obviously, that's the backstop. But the President of the United States, I'm sure, would prefer the Arab states to do the disarming, or the Israelis, of course, to go back in and do the disarming. Now that the living hostages are home with their families in Israel, Israel really has a lot of leeway, Stuart, to go in there and do what is necessary to completely destroy Hamas. So if Hamas does not disarm, then, as the president said, there will be violent means of forcing that to happen. Got it.
It's got to happen. Otherwise, there's no peace in Gaza with those guys there. Change the subject here. The administration has struck another boat carrying drugs. They struck this boat in the waters off Venezuela. We've got a huge military build-up there, naval forces building up. What's the end game with Venezuela?
Well, clearly, this administration is trying to clean up the drugs, the drug trafficking that continues to come into the United States, understanding that this is a pressing and immediate threat to the American people. And I really think that the administration wants the Venezuelan government to change, to reform, to be able to handle the drug trafficking in our own country so it doesn't come to the United States. But I would just encourage the Trump administration has yet to provide any legal backing for a defense for what they're doing. It would really help the Congress and the American people to understand what the game plan is and what the legal basis is for the president to continue conducting these strikes. It's very popular in the United States, but we still just need to have a strategy here.
Do you think that the end game is actually regime change? I mean, let's be honest about it. Is that what Trump wants, regime change?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think absolutely that's what we would want. We want to do it in a way that the Venezuelan people can actually choose their own leaders and have a completely different government in there that's not corrupt and is facilitating continued, violence and drug trafficking coming out of Venezuela, and then, of course, is affecting our own hemisphere.
How do we get him out? Maduro, I'm talking about. How do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you continue to work with the opposing elements inside Venezuela. I think you continue to show that the way that he is continuing to be enriched through these drug running is not going to work anymore, cutting off his resources. And really, you have him encircled that way. But it's going to be very, very difficult. But clearly, I think that that's what the Trump administration wants to happen if we can do it in a way that doesn't drag the United States into a conflict there.
There's a related subject here. The administration has pulled visas for 50 Mexican officials. This is apparently an effort to crush the drug cartels. Are these officials connected directly to the cartels? Is that what's going on?
Oh, I think absolutely. I think that the biggest problem that we've had with the drug cartels from Mexico has been that the Mexican government has been corrupted. And so the U.S. government obviously wants to have a good relationship with the government proper, but it has to crack down, it being the U.S. government has to crack down on these political networks, these politicians that are corrupted inside Mexico that have really been helping and facilitating the drug cartels. And so clearly this is a way to do it. You go after the cartels themselves, and then you go after the politicians that have been corrupted. And I think that's what they're doing here, Stuart.
I wonder what would have happened if it was President Harris, but not happening. All right, thanks very much indeed, Rebeccah. Always a pleasure.